Welcome back, Mech Warriors. Platinum X here, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. So, I just finished Dragon's Gambit. It ended right here in this Trolloc system, like I literally, Trolloc Prime, literally just finished it. And since I just happened to be right here next to where I left off with the main campaign story, I figure I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here next. Now, just to recap, basically, I was going through the campaign, and I was right here. Now, you know, you start off over here. And the way the campaign kind of takes you, just the playthrough of the game, this is campaign, not career. So which, you know, you got to do a campaign to get the Platinum Trophy because there's trophies for finishing the different acts of the campaign. So you start here, and then as you play along through here, you come across a few of the campaign missions. And then if you notice, the recommended reputation increases along this path. Now after here, it jumps all the way over to, again, all these systems is just gradually increasing the reputation. Now we're at 7. Well, that's still 6, but that one's 7. But then here we are into Merrick space. That's 13 to 14. Now, I kind of got lost for a second because at the start of the campaign, this is all Liao space. This is all green right here. All 5 houses kind of meet right here at Terra in the middle. So all this was green up in here. But again, these reputations follow this path. And it leads you over here, which at the time is Liao space. And then you basically go down this way. As you can see, now we're reputation 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, and then we get into 10 here, and then 10, and then the campaign again takes you to here. It takes you all across that path. The campaign takes you to here, then down here, then over here, and then all the way up through Merrick space to right here, and then it jumps across Steiner space. Here, that's 11, 11, that was still 10, that's 11, but this one jumps to 13, 14. So again, it takes you along this path, and then, you know, the campaign, you wind up over here, and this is where it get a little more close together. It goes from here to here, and then over here. And now we're at reputation 12, and then from here, though, it takes you up to Jinyang. And Jinyang is where it's killing Kane. Kane's the one piloting the King Crab in the beginning cinematic of the game. That opening, you know, like cinematic scene where it shows the King Crab killing Mason's father in that battle. So killing Kane is right here at Jinyang. So after killing Kane, I collected his, not through salvage, but through quest reward, which kind of screwed me because I took it out with a headshot and wound up, because it was a quest reward, it I guess was just inherently damaged. It cost me over $3 million to repair the stinking thing, even though I took it out with a headshot. But again, it's a quest reward. You don't have to use salvage points to get it. So it's guaranteed once you finish this mission, you get the King Crab. So that ended Act 2 of the campaign. Killing Kane right there. Well, then this right here is basically immediately opens up starting Act 3. Well, after killing Kane, I mean, even though it was close right here, I was working on building my reputation with Kurita. Because once you start this, you're kind of working for Kurita for at least, I don't know, a couple missions or whatever. I don't know how long. But again, you're going to be in Kurita space, you know, once you start that. So while I was doing that, and it wasn't long after ending Act 2, It's where I was just doing some missions for Karita to work on that. I think I bounced down here. I was down here doing some missions for Karita when I got the message for the Kestrel Lancers DLC campaign, which started out as Operation Galahad. Operation Galahad is just 2 training missions between Davian and Steiner, because Davian and Steiner, due to marriage in the ruling families, they're becoming one house, the Federated Commonwealth. That hasn't actually happened yet. At some point in the timeline, all the blue will be gold. It'll just be one color and become not Davian and Steiner anymore. It will become the Federated Commonwealth and just one house ruling half of the Inner Sphere. So we're not to that point yet, but again, they're basically, the marriage has already taken place. And due to that marriage, part of the, I guess, part of that was Davian launched an invasion into Liao space, literally cutting him in half. And this is what has happened to the map since that Kestrel Lancers DLC campaign, which was called, it's basically being referred to as the 4th Succession War. So that was Davian launching an invasion into Liao space and literally crushing him, taking it, cutting him in half here. Because again, it did extend all the way up to Terra. It started here with Tikhonov. So this was green. This was Liao space. It was on the border, So Tikhonov was right there on the border with Davian space. But again, it was Liao, and that's where the campaign started. And then after Tikhonov, it went over here to Tigris. And then after Tigris, the campaign ended down here on Sarna, deep into Liao space. So after the events, again, all this is still green at the time. So after the events, the years following that war, again, Davian's taken over all this terrain, all this space right here, and literally, like I said, cut Liao in half. And then shortly after ending that campaign, again, before I even had a chance to get back over here, again, I was still kind of working on my Karita reputation, because I knew I would be working for Karita, doing missions for Karita. I wanted to maximize my salvage potential. So, before getting back over here to the campaign, then I got the message about the Rise of Rosalhague, which is another DLC. And after a couple of missions, after first being contacted, you then have to wait like 2 more years before being contacted again to take part in the Rise of Rosalhague, which is, again, a new house, the Free Rosalhague Republic. So you get the you get notification about this campaign. Now, you don't have to take part in any of these campaigns. They're completely optional. But events happen whether you take part in them or not. Like what happens, what you see on the map happens, again, whether you're part of the campaign or not. But they're really fun missions. I mean, they're really fun campaigns. This one was great. Took part in that, had a lot of fun on the side of Davian, crushing Liao. So Liao is the only house that I'm a sworn enemy of, because I spent the early part of my career or campaign crushing Liao. I'm hero standing with not just Davian, but Merrick. I did have a good reputation with Steiner. I didn't get all the way to hero standing because, again, didn't really spend a whole lot of time in Steiner's space, because then I got over here into Karita's space. So I've got hero standing with Karita now. And then after the Rise of Rosalhague, I've got hero standing with them as well. Now, shortly after the Rise of Rosalhague, here I am, up here doing missions up here for Karita. Again, getting that hero standing reputation, and picking up some more, picking up more mags, getting a whole lot more. I was using mostly, this is all 400-ton drop weight missions, 13 reputation. So I was mostly focused on getting some more assault mechs. And this is after the Rise of Rosalhague was complete. So I'm over here messing around with this again before getting back to the campaign, and then shortly after finishing up with the Rise of Rosalhague, then I get notification for the Dragon's Gambit, which I just finished. The Dragon's Gambit, which is Kurita launching a counter invasion into, well, first it's a little bit of defensive. It starts off here at Diron and then goes up here to Vega. So again, at first you're a little bit of a defensive because the Federated Commonwealth, which is now Davian and Steiner combined, was, you know, launching into an invasion into Kurita space. So again, the first few missions, Diron and then Vega, you're on kind of a defensive type thing. But it's a counter invasion. So then after Vega, then you go up here to Aldhouse and go into Commonwealth territory. And then up here to Arcturus. So now you're really hitting them where it hurts. So after Arcturus, when you send them the message that, hey, you better back off, then you bounce back over here to Kurita space and in the campaign here with Trolloc Prime, which basically is Kurita making an offensive, for them to, think twice and back off. So that was successful. It just ended here. So because I'm so close to the next campaign mission, I'm going to go ahead and do this mission right here. So now we're kind of getting back on track with the main campaign and the Platinum Trophy. Hang on, it's kind of froze up on me. There it goes, okay. Alright, so trophies. These are the only trophies still to get. I need 6 more defense missions with the base being above 80%. Now it says 80% or more, but trust me, it's 81%. If it gets down to 80%, it's not going to count. So you got to keep it above 80%. And then in the zone, I only need 1 more mission, war zone mission, getting 500,000 bonus credits in the by continuing after I could extract, to get the 500,000 bonus credits. So I got 1 more of that. And then this complete 5 missions while playing co-op. Well, that's easy. I got a second PlayStation. I got another profile. All I got to do is just load in. I can probably do it while doing those defense missions. It'd be, I just got to run 5 missions with my other profile. Like I'll just leave them on the drop ship while I finish the mission, and then get that trophy. And then I've got plenty of tier 4 and tier 5 equipment to fully equip 4 mechs with tier 4 stuff. So I just got to do that as well. And then that final hidden achievement right there is actually finishing the game. So again, I'm at the last part of the campaign, the last act. So again, let's go ahead and get started over here. Now I just finished Dragon's Gambit, so I still got a lot of mechs in repair, and I had over 5 million in dues because I had so many mechs in my mech bay. So all the mechs that I wasn't in repair, I went ahead and started throwing them into cold storage because I didn't want to keep paying 5 million every time dues were dues were due. So anyway, now I got it down to 2 million with these mechs. Now one thing here to point out is during Dragon's Gambit, you get these mechs as quest rewards, and these are my colors. The mech comes with this paint job. Is a Atomo. It's a Kurita paint job that has that metallic kind of paint appearance, so it's shinier. But that, you see that that primary color is green, which I didn't really care for the mech being green. And then that gold is the snake pattern, the dragon pattern. that green and red part, well, that was gold on the original color. So I was able to use my mercenary colors, and I usually use the Storm Surge paint pattern for most of my mechs. But again, this was a unique paint job, and I think it looks really good. So I just put my colors to this paint job. But these are S-Class variants of these mechs, and they're specific to Dragon's Gambit. However, I got 2 of these now. One of them was a quest reward, but I bought one in the market a long time ago. I'd been referring to it as a Super Battle Master. I didn't realize it was part of the Dragon's Gambit DLC, but that's what those S models are. So as you can see, there was 1, 2, 3. Again, that's a duplicate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different mechs that you're rewarded from just playing through the Dragon's Gambit. And these are pretty good variants. I mean, not only is it a cool paint job, that metallic kind of appearance, but these are actually, like I said, I referred to this as a Super Battle Master. That one's not outfitted. Oh shit, neither one of them are outfitted. That Mauler, this is my first Mauler. There's other variants of the Mauler, but this was the first one. You know, I haven't encountered any yet in my playthrough until doing that DLC. Which I didn't fight against any, but I think I saw some in the final mission on my side. I think I saw some Maulers. But again, these are pretty decent. Now this is I'm outfitting this one. This one's in current refit. This Charger, this is actually a decent Charger variant. Like, I'm not a big fan of Chargers, but this is a good variant right here. So these S models are good variants, and again, these were all just quest rewards. And so great DLC to play through. So I've kind of been sidetracked with the 3, like, almost back to back. I mean, there was a little bit of time in between them, but it happened pretty quick in the timeline. I mean, considering how much time goes by just traveling, like, I mean, there's almost a whole month right there. There we go. That's over a month's travel just to go that distance. So again, that time goes by really quick. So again, all 3 of those campaigns kind of happened pretty close together. So 3 whole campaigns from DLCs has kind of got me sidetracked from the main campaign. And so now let's get back to it. Oh, I'm just going to go over here and select it. Deliverance, there we go. Now all these are basically, these are quest lines from the DLCs, not full campaigns, but just like 2 to 4 missions each type quest lines. So a lot of these, you know, have decent rewards. I've done all these before in the past with, you know, I mean, I've played this game like so much. Had several careers on one profile, where I had a career starting in each. Like when you start a career instead of a campaign, it's what they call a sandbox. I mean, there's a career starting over here in Davian, a career starting over here in Liao, one in Merrick, one in Steiner, one in Karita, and actually even with the Rise to Rosalhague. But if you start a career with Rise to Rosalhague, it'll automatically advance you to that point in the timeline, where all these other ones start out at 3015, just like the campaign. Which I prefer the career. I prefer the sandbox experience versus the campaign. But again, the campaign is required for the Platinum Trophy. But yeah, I had a career for all of those starting points. Not to mention, I played through the campaign on 2 different, on the same profile, but once on the PlayStation 4 and then once again on PlayStation 5, because the PlayStation 5 had its own trophies. So I was able to play it again on the PlayStation 5 and just get double trophies for the same game. But now I've started this new profile. This is all about Platinum Trophy guides. So like and subscribe, visit the channel, visit the playlist to see all the different games I've got posted on this profile as far as platinum trophies are concerned. My main profile, I got over 30 platinum. So far this one, I've got 8 platinum so far on this profile, which was all four Mass Effect games, Baldur's Gate 3, and the original. I did the original playthrough, get the platinum trophy, as well as Baldur's Gate 3. I've got several playthroughs of Baldur's Gate 3 posted with more to be done at some point in time. I got 4 more playthroughs of the origin characters to do. So I've got the playlist started, I just haven't actually done those playthroughs yet. But the platinum trophy required 2 playthroughs of Baldur's Gate 3, and that has been posted. Stranded Deep is a really fun little survival game, which that's actually my most viewed video, is fighting the hardest sea monster on Stranded Deep. Really good strategy, and that works out really well for that. Let's not forget Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, got the platinum guide for that. That was able to be done in 1 playthrough, even though I was playing through and then started, like, there's 3 different backgrounds you can start with, and the only difference between them is a dialogue option regarding your backgrounds throughout the playthrough. Just in certain situations, a different dialogue might pop up regarding your background, but other than that, it's just the starting mission that you do. That's the only difference in the backgrounds. But I kind of started a different background just playing around with it, and then wound up deleting the playthrough that I already got like halfway through the game with. It was like, oops, shit. It's not 2 playthroughs, but it is, I guess, from two different characters. But anyway, like, subscribe, visit the channel. This will be the 9th platinum once we're done with this, and this really is preparing for Clans, which comes out in 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks now. October 17th, 2024. We should have MechWarrior 5 Clans, which is I'm getting that, so I'm not getting anything else coming out this month, or in the near future anything else that's coming out this month, until like maybe they're down to like $20. I might spend $20 on some of the trash that's being put out these days. But MechWarrior 5 Clans should be a top-notch game, and is not DLC. Even though they still call it MechWarrior 5 for some odd reason, it's a separate game, standalone game. It is not a DLC to this. But again, that's what I'm doing this platinum playthrough for, because this makes my 3rd time. So I wanted to get the platinum playthrough on this profile and prepare for Clans, which again, I'm excited for, looking forward to it, because I just absolutely love playing this game. It is so fun. And the name of the game really is, ripping heads off and blowing shit up. So many of the episodes, I always talk about blowing shit up and ripping heads off. So anyway, enough about all that. Let's go ahead, and I should have enough mechs already outfitted for this to not have to worry about, it. Deliverance. See, it's for Karita. Just like I said, I stopped to work on my reputation with Karita because it was suspicious at the time, which is -1. And so going into these missions, working for Karita, I wanted to have, better salvage potential. So I was working on raising my reputation with Karita when I got sidetracked with all 3 of those campaigns from those DLCs. So now we're getting back to it. I'm hero standing with Karita, so that I should be able to max out the salvage potential in this mission. And we're going against outlaws, so that's good. Sworn enemy with outlaws. All right, so a local noble has grown overconfident and is starting to wage his own campaigns beyond the sanction of his superiors. We need you to break his siege of a local city and resolve the mess quickly. We're giving you carte blanche as to how you achieve the goal, just so long as you're successful. Hey, look at that. We were able to max it out, 48.
The nasty weather means your visibility will be limited out there and have adverse effects on your sensors.
That final mission of Dragon's Gambit was, boy, it was a doozy. It was a doozy. I actually got my mech destroyed. As far as the video, I posted the video though. As far as that playthrough is concerned, I just sat back and watched my other 3 pilots finish the mission after my mech was destroyed. They did it. They succeeded. It was all good. I went ahead and moved on. But I did replay the mission because my mech was blown to shit and I lost quite a bit. It was over $3 million to repair it, which I got plenty of money. It wasn't really about the money. But that King Crab, this is the hero model of the King Crab. It has like 4 tier 4 large lasers on it, a tier 4 medium rifle, a tier 4 LRM-20 ST. Not to mention all the double heat sinks to back up that firepower. So again, I posted the video, but then after that I just replayed that mission to try and do it a little better. And my mech not get destroyed. Alright, so what I was doing is right here. This way we could look at more, get more, background on what the hell this mission was all about. So again, this is after killing Kane, ending Act 2. This popped up. Okay, Commander, here's the brief. House Karita's internal security force, the ISF, has a problem that needs solving. A noble has taken unsanctioned action and laid siege to a city demanding tribute. The ISF has asked the nobleman to stand down, but he's claiming that he's well within his rights and refuses to concede to their demands. The problem for the ISF is this noble just happens to be related to the hereditary dictator of the state. Not wanting to run afoul of him, the ISF are hiring us to break the siege and thus resolve the messy situation without their direct involvement. You have carte blanche if you in how you achieve this goal, as long as you succeed in breaking the siege. I'll drop you outside the city. From there, your mission is to eliminate all enemy forces in any way you see fit. You can kind of see where that was kind of a typo there. Any way that you see fit. Anyway, collateral damage to the city itself will not impact the contract. Your conscience maybe, but not our payday. Our employer was very clear about that. His exact words were, "It's not the city that matters, it's the principle at play. The siege must be broken." Good luck, Commander. Got tier 4, some tier 5. I don't use AC2s. But yeah, some tier 4 stuff. Alright, let's do this. What we got here? 360 drop weight. I think I'm gonna use this Mauler. Again, this was a quest reward. I got it outfitted. I haven't used it yet. It's one of those S models. You can tell by that shiny paint job. Looks like I cold storaged most of my mechs here. Okay, so we've got, well, actually, boom, that's 360. That worked out perfectly. Perfect. All right, that worked out great. So I got my Stalker with the Guardian ECM 220 racks. This longbow, I'm not a big fan of longbows. I've never really been able to get a workable model until I got this. This is a workable instead of using 20 racks, because it's 4 larges. You can't put 4 20 racks on here, but I damn sure could put 4 15 racks on here. That's 60 missiles. That's better than those 40 missiles. And what it came with was 2 20 racks and then 2 5 racks. Well, that's 50 missiles. So again, 4 15 racks is 60 missiles. So this is actually a very workable longbow and it's been working out really well. So I'm glad I was able to finally utilize a longbow. And I believe that Kurita symbol, it's not an S model with that unique paint job like the Mauler over there, but I do believe that means it was from the Dragon's Gambit DLC as far as this variant being introduced. All right, let's see, pilot wise. Yeah, let's just go with it. Actually, that pilot right there could use some ballistic experience. All right, yeah, this will work out really well. Hopefully that I don't know if I checked that Atlas to make sure the Atlas is fully equipped. Again, after Dragon's Gambit, I was stripping stuff and.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
There's a good chance our targets have split up in order to evade us. The more locations on the map are the most likely areas.
Alright, I haven't used this thing yet, so I gotta set it up.
As they have many supporters in the area.
That's on the wrong button. Now this thing is straight up not about ripping heads off. This thing is just for straight up destruction. This would be great for like a demolition. 6 machine guns.
That are more than willing to die for their cause.
Now with 6 machine guns, this could be good for ripping heads off.
Target acquired.
You see this thing's like a scatter. So it's not. But that's why I got long range support with me.
Target received. Engaging.
Get all those missiles.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Target destroyed.
I should probably put on. I don't normally use PPCs. I was just equipping. This is very short. This is very destructive at short range. But because of the cluster, or the not the cluster, but the spread, the longer the range, the less effective it is. So at short range, this thing is just a menace, which makes it perfect for running guard and point for these long-range missile carriers back here. All right, now this. Let's try to hit the head with these. See, the 6-rack ST. All right, yeah, you see, boom, I got it. I got its head. I ripped a lot of the armor off of it, but I did get its head with the machine gun.
Near target Orion.
Alright, I'm gonna try to take out this with just the machine gun. Try to get that head. I got it. 6 machine guns is pretty lethal there. But again, I prefer large lasers over PPCs.
Near target catapult.
So Probably. But see, look. Oh my God! Did I just take that thing out? No. Okay, it was behind a boulder. What happened to it?
Tango down.
Are you kidding me? Well, you got long. It's not like you can do anything to me right now. You got long-range missiles.
Is on our list of targets.
Wow.
Let's make
See
our
how
quarter.
devastating these things are?
Destroyed.
Seems like everything you run into now that normally has PPCs has these PPCXs equipped. They're kind of a nuisance, and they'll definitely blow your limbs off if the armor is already stripped off of them.
Target acquired.
There they are, Commander. Take them out and let's get the hell out of here.
Group target received. Invalid target.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
Missile. Jeez. A little bit of overkill there, guys. That's that ECM into effect. You saw how those. Oh well, look at that. I'm in that ECM. What the hell? I got freaking tagged. Well, no, not that time.
Enemy destroyed.
Oh, whoa. I don't know. Back off.
Kill confirmed.
Got him with the head.
That's the last of them, Commander. We fulfilled our contract, Commander. Let's get you out of here now.
Yeah, these things are devastating, but I prefer. I normally use large lasers. But again, the whole point with this, I mean, this lance right here is actually perfect. Which, I mean, that one right there, I could even swap out for another missile carrier. The longbow and the stalker, packing all those missiles, and then the Atlas even has a 20 rack himself. But it's awesome. I've got a couple of awesomes with, one of them's got 220 racks as well, and a tag laser, because he's got a small energy port in his head, and I'm like, I was always bitching, like, what good is one small laser? Well, you can put a tag laser there, which increases your missile spread and accuracy with LRMs. So with that awesome, instead of that Atlas with that tag and two more, and you know, 2 LRM-20s, I mean, that's 100 missiles. Actually, wait a minute. Oh no, I'm already at 100, no. 60 and 40. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was already at 100 missiles with just 2 mechs. So that would make 140 missiles. Oh wow, he got a leg blowed off too. That was the first one. That was the second one. I don't like those RS models though. I prefer these D models. Even though this one's got the higher tier equipment. Well, actually though, yeah, this one's still more valuable. Look at that, it hardly took any damage. Dude, that worked. That mech right there, that Mauler is perfect. That short range devastation is perfect for running guard for those missile carriers. Even though the Stalker really didn't do a whole lot of damage there. They got the least amount of damage there with that Stalker. Still took out 7 enemies. Mostly vehicles, no mechs. Anyway. Alright. Well done, Commander. The siege has been broken. We've been paid. And the ISF has promised us more work in the future. Can't ask for more than that. Speak to Fod.
Hi, Gov. Thanks for stopping by. Rihanna tell you I wanted a word? Well, I do, mate. I definitely do. Because the situation down here is bloody ridiculous. It can't keep going on, eh? I mean, just look at them. Standing around like they ain't got no worries in the world. And me, busting my balls to get these mechs put back together. It ain't right. You know what I mean?
Not really. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Oh, look, mate. No disrespect to whoever's been doing the job till now, but you gotta start letting me hire my own people, eh? Seriously, this lot, they're a bunch of bloody dussers. Try to light a fire under them and they just stare at you like they're deaf and dumb. And you wonder why I complain so much? If it were up to me, I'd fire the lot of them.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
All I'm asking, mate. A bit of help is all. Gonna get back to work now. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
You a crybaby. You got a job. I'm making plenty of money here, pal. And you're bitching. Anyway.
Commander, perfect timing. Spears has a new mission for us.
Good.
Securing the connection now. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Commander, good to see you. A shipping company, mostly supplying food, medicine, and materials to the outer settlements along the periphery, is being run out of business by raiders. My agents assure me that Comstar are the ones ultimately responsible for this egregious act. Paying these raiders to drive the shipping companies out of business means that people living way out here, completely isolated, will be forced to abandon their settlements. They'd have no other choice. We may have crushed Inferno, Commander, but Comstar's tactics haven't changed a bit.
Comstar wants to consolidate their control over this region of space. Maybe they believe it contains more Star League facilities and more treasure. But I suspect it has more to do with the location of these settlements and the possibility of prying eyes. This area borders the periphery, not too far from where the ancient star map we found ends. Beyond it is the missing section of the map.
Here be dragons.
Indeed. Full disclosure, Commander. I intend to lay claim to any archaeological finds we may discover, in the name of interstellar expeditions. The mission I'm proposing is intended to undermine Comstar and their own efforts in that same regard. Though I suspect you'd like to stop Comstar as much as I would, especially seeing how willing they are to destroy innocent lives, I still want to make sure we're on the same page. We are partners now, after all.
I would burn Comstar to the ground if I could, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to settle for Yamada's head. If this helps that effort, and we can do some good in the process, I'm in.
And getting our hands on some lost tech doesn't sound too shabby either, eh, Commander?
Not shabby at all.
Good then. The company's supply ships have been hit constantly over the past few months. Their main supply depot is the next logical target. If that gets destroyed, the company will have no choice but to fold. Their margins are tight enough as it is. I need you to protect that depot, Commander.
Consider it done.
All right. Good luck.
I'll have the briefing ready by the time we reach the system, Commander.
Copy that.
Alright, now that made perfect sense because the way that Dragon's Gambit starts, they're blaming me for this dude Yamada. Like the name Yamada come up. And I'm like, well, I have no idea who the hell that is, but okay, I'll take your word for it. And like I basically just said, I'll take Yamada's head during that little debriefing there. Or briefing. So Dragon's Gambit is supposed to take place after this campaign. But I didn't finish the campaign before I guess it got to that point in the timeline where Dragon's Gambit happened anyway. So things are a little bit out of order here, but now it explains who the hell Yamada is. So again, Dragon's Gambit is really supposed to take place after the campaign. But because I took part in 2 DLC campaigns and was kind of messing around with, you know, other work and not really focusing on the main campaign, I kind of put it off. So, therefore, I mean, I could have had it done before Dragon's Gambit happened, but I didn't. So, things are a little bit out of order regarding this playthrough. But now that explains, well, who the hell this Yamada dude is. Somebody that works for Comstar. But that's kind of how Dragon's Gambit starts off, is Comstar basically giving me an ultimatum that they either hunt me down or I work off my debt to them, so they said. But anyway, so that kind of explains that. It's just some things kind of got done in a, you know, not quite in the right proper order. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm going to replay that briefing at the beginning of the next episode, leading up to the next mission in the main campaign. But for right now, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to visit the channel, look over the playlists, and see you next time.